Yeah, what's going on with y'all boys, man? CJ back with another video, and look, today I'm bringing y'all this rec gameplay. Now, one thing I want to talk about is the rebounding. So y'all see me grab boards with a 6'7", y'all see me play center with a 6'7", but this gameplay I'm playing center with a 6'6". Mind you, my rebound is only an 85, so keep that in mind. This game, my rebound is an 85. I'm matched up against a 7-foot center. So 85 rebound, and watch how many rebounds I grab this game. Watch how I play center on a 6'6" build. So one thing I want to talk about too is rebounding is all about positioning. That's how I grab rebounds. I know a lot of y'all be like, oh, I got a 7-foot big, 7'2", I'll snag this and that. It's really all about positioning. Now my strength is a 96, so my strength is just as high as theirs. My rebound is 85, so I got silver badges. So they can have Hall of Fame badges, whatever, but I got silver rebounding badges, but I have a 90 vertical, so that 90 vertical also helps me with rebounds. But the biggest thing is boxing out. So you see right here, my matchup averages 13 rebounds a game, I average 9. So I'm on a 6'6" right here, power forward. This is like the Zion build I made before, high drive and dunk, all that. But you're gonna see this game, I'm not even gonna say, I'm gonna let y'all see how many rebounds I grabbed this game. So one thing I will say about this build though is the 6'7" and 6'8" is definitely much better to play center. You know, I don't get as high of a block as my 6'7" does. My 6'7" gets anchor silver and all that, whereas my block at max out at 78. So like right here, I can't even, they gonna dunk on me like that. So my block isn't as high, so it's a lot harder to protect the rim with a 78. But even then, with my block being so low, I still do like get some good contests on the big men. You'll see I get a few on the center here. But as far as grabbing rebounds, it's all about position. And that's another thing I like about this build right here too. I should have had the putback. 2K didn't let me get a putback there. But that's another thing this build does is get nice putbacks, and then you see me working the post right there. So I'm posting up a 7-foot big. I hit the nice little post spin on him, get an easy bucket. But look right here, he got me boxed out. So yeah, he's gonna get that rebound. But if I had him boxed out, I'm grabbing that rebound. You're gonna see that a lot this game. I'm gonna just tell you now, you know, we're a little bit into the video. I ended up grabbing 20 rebounds this game. So 6'6" power forward, I grabbed 20 boards. So usually when I play center, especially on a smaller build, the first thing the big man does all game is he goes straight to the paint and sits there. As if they don't already do this enough. But they go paint and sit there. Now the most important thing about being an undersized center is getting position. So the way I play is I always try to beat my opponent to the rim. I want to get in position first, because if they box me out, they get in front of me, they're getting the bucket or they're scoring. But look right there, I get a nice block. Right there, he's trying to lay it up, good contest, and I snag the rebound. And on top of that, my pass is low and I still throw the ball up the court, down my teammate Green. But yeah, all game, they're going to try to do that. They're going to try to beat me to the paint, sit paint, and back me down, all that. But outside of like the paint protection being a little bit weak on this build, when it comes to rebounding is all about position. I can't stress that enough. I showed y'all so many videos. I still get comments of people saying I can't grab boards and I can't play center on builds like this. But you see it here. I'm a 6'6" power forward. I boxed out my matchup, grabbed the rebound twice already. We're in the first quarter, 2 boards already. This game was from yesterday, so I don't really remember much of the gameplay, or 2 days ago. But my teammate shoots, like I beat him, I got my take. Now right there, he pokes it out of my hand, I still grab it. But I like this about this build too, because I do have high post control, so I can hit post, fade, spins, all that. It's another good thing about this build. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead again. But the interior defense on builds like this actually plays an important role when you're an undersized center. When you're taller, you don't need that high of interior defense, but when you're shorter, you need it. So that's what allowed me to get that contest right there. And see right there, he got me boxed out, so I'm not gonna get the board, he throws it down. But yeah, I have a 90 interior defense on this build. So even though I don't have high block, I can still just hold my hand up and get a good contest. Also, takeover helps a lot, so I put defensive takeover on. I get a lot of boards off that. But even without the takeover, as you've seen already, I do still grab boards. I'm telling y'all, man, as a 6'6", all it is perfect positioning and you can grab boards. Now, another thing about being 6'6", now this isn't just only for 6'6" or undersized bigs. This works if you have high strength. So you see right here, because I have the 96 strength, I push them out the paint. That's another thing that people don't realize. Is I may be small, but since my strength is so high, I get those animations on big men. I be pushing them out the paint. Sometimes I push them, they drop the ball. So that's another thing right there. I get those animations. So just like the animations that y'all big men be getting, I get the same thing. Because my strength is high, my vertical's high. So I know y'all be talking in the comments like, oh, I'm 7'2", I'm gonna push you out the way, I'm gonna swim around you. Bro, I have box out beats on gold, I think. Yeah, it's gold. Yeah, it should be gold. But if it's not gold, it's definitely on silver. But I have high strength and they really don't be swimming around me like that. Y'all gonna see in this video, I'm grabbing boards, I'm boxing out. I could do a whole live stream for y'all. Some of y'all just won't get it. Some of y'all just don't care. Y'all gonna say what y'all wanna say. It's countless videos that I'm putting out now. Here's another one where I'm on a 6'6" with lower rebounding. My 6'7" has a 92 rebound with gold stats. So this one's lower. I get silver badges, but I'm still boxing out, still doing my thing. As you see here, my matchup averages like 13 boards a game. I ended up with 20. Now I would be averaging like 10 to 12 boards a game myself, but one thing I will say is if my teammate is a center and his rebounds high, he's going to grab the rebounds. That's another thing, like your teammates, they will grab the rebounds. If you got a teammate who has a high rebound or is just a center, they're gonna grab rebounds. So that's why I don't really average a lot of rebounds, because most of the time they put me at power forward. So a lot of my rebounds, those 8 rebounds you see, a lot of those come from the offensive end, even though my offensive rebounds pretty low. But a lot of those come from like putbacks, and I get a few defensive rebounds. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again. If it's an actual center on my team, he's gonna grab the rebounds just because his ratings are higher. I'm not boxing out my teammate. I can't box out my teammate. So he's gonna grab the rebounds. But if I'm boxing out an opponent, I'm grabbing the rebound every time. Look, there goes another rebound. Another thing I want to talk about too is you'll see in some of these clips, I'm throwing outlet passes, and my pass is only a 56. So first quarter, 7 boards. But that's another underrated thing, is a lot of people go with higher pass ratings, whereas mine's only a 56, and I grab boards and throw it down the court. It just really affects your speed. Like the higher your pass accuracy is, the more accurate and faster your passes are, whereas I made that sacrifice for different reasons. And then skip it to the next part of the game here. We end up scoring. But one thing I do want to say, I'm not saying all this to say that like, you know, this build is like the best center build, or that this build is gonna dominate every center or whatever. No, I'm not saying that. The argument I'm making here is that you can definitely grab rebounds and hold your own on a 6'6", 6'7" build. It's all about how you play, knowing how to play, all about positioning. That's the main thing I want to point out there. Like I'm not saying, of course, if you play at a 7-foot big and you know how to play the game, know how to get a position, you're gonna grab boards. If you're a smaller build, a smaller center, you can still grab rebounds. As you see, I already got 8. We're still in the first half. The game already got 8 boards. And then right there, he goes up. I grab a rebound again. So I could definitely get contests on big men. Since my interior defense is so high, I could stop drop steps, things like that. Now, sometimes, yes, they do get position. Sometimes they do back me down and get easy buckets in the paint. But it really doesn't affect the game that much. It's not like I'm getting killed. It's not like people are dropping 20, 30 points on me. Like if I'm playing a good center, he might put up like 20 points. But the thing is, I can do the same thing in return. I could put up them same 20 points or whatever. Now, if you want to make a build where you just want to snag rebounds and be like a true center type of build, yes, make your center. I'm not trying to argue and say make this build right here. It's the best center build, whatever. No. This is just because I like to make smaller builds. I like to have fun on it. I like getting putback dunks. I like the driving contact dunk, so I went with this build just to switch it up, whatever. The main thing of this video is just to show y'all that y'all still can grab boards with a 6'6". As you see, I have 9 rebounds now. We still in the first half, 9 boards first half, and you see I'm clearly guarding a 7-foot center. So again, I'm just saying, I'm just gonna say that again. It's all about positioning when it comes to rebounding. But I do think that undersized bigs do have a bit of an advantage in some different areas. You could definitely be a very good all-around defender. Like the 6'7" I made, I can guard every position. So that's one thing. And look at this right here. I have a 55-3. That's a 55-3. I'm hitting the fade. That's because I got my takeover up there. Yeah, the 6'7s and the 6'8 builds I like, mainly 6'7 because of the versatility. I have a lot of speed. I have a high vertical. I can guard every position. I can help out a lot. I can still grab boards, shoot, all that. So that's why I like the 6'7s, because you know, the taller you go, the less perimeter defense you have. So the 167 that I made, I have like a 93 perimeter defense, 95 steal, 92 rebound, stuff like that. So my stats are up there. So that's the one thing I really like about the 6'7s or even 6'8 is just the versatility of them. So if you do want a versatile build, I will go something like that. You know, I think it's better in that sense if you're undersized big. And look, I'm boxing him out right here. I swim around him. He has me boxed out. I swim around him, so I have box out beats gold on this build. But that's a whole 7-foot center who averages 13 rebounds. I swim around him and grab the board. So the 6'6 builds, 6'7, I really like these builds because they're versatile. A 6'6, you can end up making a different type of center build. You have to play power forward though. You can't be a 6'6 center. But if you go 6'6 power forward, you can actually have a lot more dribbling. You can have like a 93 ball control and just switch it up. So I like trying to find unique different builds. Look at this right here. I get a contact dunk with a 96 driving dunk. But on this build, I'm 6'7 with a 75 ball control, but I have no speed with ball. So my ball control is pretty low, but 6'6 to cash out at 93. So you can still get all these same attributes, be 6'6 and have like a 93 ball control, do crazy things, just really unique builds. But that's why I like these undersized centers so much, because there's just so much versatility with them. So many different things you can do, different ways you can go about the build. All right, so that was the end of the first half. You see I got player of the half. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this real quick. My matchup, 3 rebounds. That is a 7-foot big who averages 13 boards and he got 3. I only allowed 3 rebounds. I boxed him out. He really didn't swim around me. As you've seen in none of these clips, he really didn't swim around me much. It's all about positioning. So So I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna just keep repeating myself. But the rebounding is all about positioning. Now, if you go up against somebody who got a 99 rebound, yeah, probably most likely going to kill you. But against the average player or majority of the players, most games I'm grabbing rebounds, no problem. So you see right here, again, 3 rebounds for him, 12 for me in the first half. This is just the first half. Now, I would have had more in the second half. My teammates just we were blowing them out. They stopped playing defense, so other teams started making shots. It wasn't as many rebound opportunities for me. And one more thing I do want to point out too, because I do have a 7-foot big center. If you do got a 90 standing dunk, it's going to be a problem for anybody. So that's another thing I want to point out too. So this dude right here, I don't know what his standing dunk is, but if this wasn't inside big, that's drop stepping me the whole time and spamming contact dunks, he's probably gonna actually dominate this game. So I just want to point that out too. My main thing is the rebounding. Now, as far as like the standing dunks go, like right here, he's deep in the paint. So he's too deep in the paint for me to even defend this, no matter what build I'm on. So yeah, in that sense, if I'm guarding a center who's got a 90 standing dunk and he gets deep in the paint or he drop steps or whatever, he's gonna get a lot of standing dunks. That standing dunk meter is OP. I have a 7-foot big and a 7'2" big. I do the same thing all game. I grab a rebound, come down, pump fake, wait a second. Even if they don't jump, sometimes I just do it, and it's that green window is so big. And then right here, I'm missing a wide open 3. This game, I ended up going 1 for 3 from 3. Now, I haven't played on this build for a minute, so my shooting percentages dropped. I'm not as good as I was before with the shooting because I haven't played on this build in so long. When I first made this build and was shooting with the 55, I was shooting way more consistent. But I've been playing on so many different builds, trying to get used to so many different jumpers, so my 3 has been missing lately. So back to what I was saying with the taller builds. Yes, if they have a 90 standing dunk, they're going to get those contacts on me. They're going to do it to a lot of people. And look, I'm getting another driving contact dunk. I love that about this build. So he dunks on me. Next possession, I get him back. I get my get back. I dunk on him, or 2 possessions later, whatever it was. But yeah, they're going to dunk on you. So that's one thing in that sense. You know, if you're playing center, there's going to be games where you match up against a center like that, and yeah, he might just dominate you. But honestly, in my honest opinion, in my experience of playing on these undersized bigs, it's not often that I go against bigs that are just paint mashing and dunking on me all game. That doesn't really happen. One thing I will say is the rebounding. You're definitely going to grab boards. It's all about positioning. Another clip I want to show y'all too. So right here, easy box out. But one thing that's crazy about this build too, and my 6'7" build, is my old boy is only a 70. So my old boy is only a 70, and look at this. I'm grabbing the rebound. He's right there. I get the board. My teammate shoots, he misses. But that's crazy too, because I actually do be getting a lot of crazy offensive rebounds. Not so much on the 6'6". The 6'6", I always go for putback dunks. Like right there, you got the board. My 6'6", I always go for putback dunks because it's easier. Like sometimes I get a contact dunk. But my 6'7", my vertical is just about the same, but my rebound is higher. I get gold rebound chaser. And with a 75 offensive rebound or 74, whatever it is, I'll be grabbing a lot of offensive rebounds with that build. Also, one more thing I want to mention, I got a new build I'm working on too. It's going to be a 6'8" build, 99 defensive rebound, 90 O-board. So we're going to be 6'8", 90 vertical, all that. And you see right here, I'm grabbing like 20 rebounds with this build. My 6'7" is also capable of getting 20 boards. So now I'm going to go 6'8" with the 99 Hall of Fame badges and see how many rebounds I can really grab with that. Because you see already, I know how to rebound well enough with this. I get good position, grab boards, all that. So we're going to see what it's really like when I have the 99 defensive rebound, 90 O-board with the vertical. But you see here, through 3 quarters, 16 rebounds. I ended up getting a few more this quarter. Like I said earlier, I would have had way more. But my teammates just stopped playing defense, and look, 56 pass accuracy. That's a 56. I get it down the court. Now, yeah, they'll fumble the ball sometimes, but I still get the ball down the court. My teammate takes that shot. I try to get a putback right there. Sometimes, I don't know, the animations is like wishy-washy. Sometimes I'm getting a crazy putback dunk, it'll be a contact. Other times I can't even catch the ball trying to do that. But skipping ahead to the next clip. So here we actually do get a putback dunk. My teammate goes for layup, and right there I get a putback. But sometimes, man, I be getting some crazy putback dunks sometimes. I have it in some of my other videos. I'm pretty sure I got some YouTube Shorts videos of it too. But with this build, man, sometimes I'll be really catching bodies off the putback dunk. But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I skip to the end because ain't too much happened. There's a few more rebounds or whatever. But this is the end of the game. So that game right there against a 7-foot big, he finishes with 5 rebounds. 5 rebounds as a 7-foot big who averages 13 boards. I finished with 21. I would have grabbed more rebounds. I could have probably got 30 rebounds. But like I said, my teammates stopped playing defense at the end. We're up by like 20, 30 points, whatever. We're already winning. So they stopped playing defense. It was a lot more open shots. Right here, again, the whole point of this video I'm gonna just speak my mind here. I'm gonna be completely honest. So I have about 3 different undersized center builds. I have a 7-foot center build. I have a 7'2". I play center a lot, especially with random. My honest opinion, when it comes to rebounding, easy, it's no problem. When it comes to rebounding, as long as you're in good position, you're boxing out, you got the badges, you're gonna grab rebounds. 6'6", it's a little bit more tough, but you see here 6'6", I still get 20 rebounds. I'm still averaging 9 rebounds a game. But on a 6'7", where you get more badges, it's a lot easier to grab rebounds. Like if you go 6'7" with a 92 defensive rebound or something like that, it's gonna be a lot easier. Of course, the higher you go. So the 6'6", I'm still getting boys. 6'7" is perfect. 6'7" for me, perfect for undersized big. I got speed, I'm very versatile. I can grab rebounds, I can defend the paint, all that stuff. So that's just my honest opinion right there. Now when it comes to paint and defense, if you're guarding the big that's gonna drop step and he got the high drop, standing dunk, of course he's gonna get those animations. But remember, because a lot of people like to be like, oh, a post scorer will do this to you, post scorer will do that. But one thing I gotta say to that is that build that's dominating me is doing the same thing to you. If he's 7'2" post scorer, 7-foot post scorer, and he's scoring on me, he's scoring on you. Most of the people that are good at the game, they're gonna score it. You gotta keep in mind, I'm playing with casuals, so this is just for the people who casually play the game. I'm playing with randoms, I'm casually playing the game. I'm not in no comp scene. I'm not saying this build super comp, blah, blah. I'm not saying none of that. But what I am saying is this build, from my experience of just playing with randoms, that's all I do is play with randoms. From my experience, you can grab rebounds. You can play center easily on a 6'7". 6'7" can easily play center. It defends the paint pretty well. It's very versatile. It can play super good in pick and roll situations. That's why I like this build too. And it actually could be used in a comp situation. If you have a 6'7" build, like a 6'7" center or 6'8", whatever, and you have that perimeter defense, you're able to switch or hedge, get to the paint a lot quicker, do a lot more on defense. So that is the plus there. But yes, I like these undersized builds. And I will say again, from 6'6" to 6'7" to 6'8", rebounding is all about positioning. So if you get good positioning, you're gonna grab boards. And you see right here, prime example of that, 21 rebounds on a 6'6" build. But alright y'all, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.